Hey everyone, if you live in Taylor's and you've got a dog, you already know that having a well-behaved pup makes life so much better. This is your guide to finding the right professional trainer for you and your dog so you can feel really good about the choice you make.
And that's really what this is all about, right? It's not just about getting your dog to sit or stay. It's about making those daily walks, those trips around town, fun and relaxing, instead of a total headache. The right trainer gets you there.
So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about training specifically for life here in Taylor's. Then, we'll get into some key training concepts. We'll look at costs, give you a list of questions to ask a trainer, and wrap up with some local rules and resources you should know about.
Okay, let's start by thinking about our own community. Because great dog training isn't some generic thing. It should be a perfect fit for where you and your dog actually live and hang out.
You know, you want a trainer who gets Taylor's. Someone who can help you set goals that make sense here. Think about it. You need your dog to walk nicely on a leash on the Swamp Rabbit Trail, or to be polite when you're running errands along Wade Hampton Boulevard. Good training prepares your dog for these real-life situations.
All right, next section. Let's talk about some of the core ideas in dog training. Knowing just a little bit here will really help you spot a great, modern trainer, and just as importantly, help you avoid the ones using outdated, not-so-great methods.
So this is the big one. Positive reinforcement. It's what all the top experts recommend. The idea is simple. Instead of punishing your dog for messing up, you reward them with a treat, with praise, with a toy when they do the right thing. It's so effective, and it really builds a fantastic, trusting relationship with your dog.
Okay, so what kind of training should you do? Well, it really depends. Group classes are awesome for teaching your dog to pay attention to you, even when there are other dogs and people around. But if you have a specific issue at home, like your dog jumping on guests or snatching food off the counter, a one-on-one private lesson is probably your best bet.
Now, South Carolina doesn't actually have an official license for dog trainers, which means these certifications are super helpful. Look for things like CPD-TKA or KPA-CTP. They show that a trainer has a real understanding of modern, humane methods. And if you're dealing with something more serious like major reactivity, a specialist with a certification like IAABC-CDBC is a really smart choice.
And here's what you absolutely want to stay away from. Any trainer who uses tools like choke chains, prong collars, or shock collars, or anyone who talks about needing to be the alpha or showing dominance. Seriously, these methods often create more anxiety and fear, which can make behavior problems even worse.
All right, let's talk about the practical side of things, the cost. Having a general idea of what to expect for different training services here in our area can help you budget and plan.
So this chart gives you a pretty good snapshot of the costs in the Taylor's and greater Greenville County area. You know, a 6-week group class will probably be in that couple $100 range. On the other end, a board and train program is a much bigger investment. And of course, these prices can change depending on a trainer's experience.
Okay, so you know what you're looking for, and you have an idea of the cost. Now what? When you're ready to start calling trainers, it helps to have a plan. This little checklist should make you feel much more prepared.
These 6 questions really hit all the important points. You want to hear them talk about positive, reward-based methods. Definitely ask about their credentials. It's also super important to know how they plan to make a program specifically for your dog, not just some cookie-cutter approach. And yeah, getting all the details on progress, follow-up support, and fees up front means no surprises later on.
And for our last section, let's bring it all back home. Being a great dog owner in our community means knowing the local rules and knowing all the best spots to go enjoy with your awesome, well-trained dog.
This is a big one in Greenville County. Unless you are in a clearly marked, fenced-in, off-leash area, your dog has to be on a leash. It's as simple as that. This is why having good loose-leash walking skills is so important for safety and for following the rules.
This one's a state law. Every dog needs to have a current rabies vaccination tag right on their collar. It's a must-have. And a helpful tip, if you ever need it, Greenville County Animal Care sometimes holds low-cost vaccination clinics to make it easier for everyone to stay up to date.
So, where can you go to show off all those new skills? Well, the Pavilion Dog Park is a great spot to work on recall in a safe, fenced area. The Swamp Rabbit Trail is perfect for practicing walking politely past all the bikers and joggers. And of course, the trails at Paris Mountain State Park are just a beautiful place to work on obedience with all sorts of natural distractions.
When you find that right training partner and have a solid plan, the answer is a definite yes.
The work you put in now really does open up a whole new world for you and your dog to go out and explore together.
Because that's what this is all about in the end. Good training leads to more confidence on your adventures, way more peaceful walks around the neighborhood, and a truly strong, wonderful bond with your best friend. We wish you the best of luck on your training journey.